Hey guys, this is Skidoodles, made for Bolt Gaming. Today we're going to talk about Brand, the Burning Vengeance. Brand is a very strong carry that synergizes well with almost any team comp. He can burst enemies down or harass them over time with great results. Now let's take a look at runes and masteries. My runes, I usually run magic pengrams, armor yellows, half AP per level, and half MR blues. I top that off with movement speed quints because Brand roams a lot, not to mention his base movement speed of 340 isn't just enough for my liking. For my masteries I go 21-0 at 9, taking Summoner's Wrath and Summoner's Insight to complement my Flash and Ignite, as well as Runic Affinity to make my blue last longer. I also take Stealth Sword to better harass my opponents in lane. Let's move on to item builds. I usually run 4 health pot, 2 mana pots, a ward, and a fairy charm, because as always, warding is very important. I then use a fairy charm to get a chalice, and then 2 Athene's Unholy Grail. This eliminates the need for blue buff outside of CDR reasons. Late game, I get a Zanyas if I am against an AD lane opponent or if I am game focused, and then a Death Cap and finish off with a Liandry's and Void Staff, rushing Liandry's if the enemy is building tanky. I highly recommend having Zanyas regardless of the situation, for it'll save your life many times. Guardian Angel and Realize are also an option, the former for if Zanyas isn't enough to keep you alive, and the latter for when the enemy possesses high mobility. Let's talk about Brand's lane and playstyle overall. Early game, I focus on harassing my opponents and CS and creeps. Remember, if it's a choice between CS and harass, take the CS. I do use W effectively to harass and farm at the same time, but make sure to ward the danger zones, the top and bottom brush of the lane, or deeper in the jungle if the jungler has high mobility such as Rammus, Shaco, Nocturne, or Jarvan. A good trick is to use your Seer on a creep, and then using Conflagration on the same creep, which allows for a follow-up W or Seer if you let the passive take a few times for great harassing potential. This combo is effective especially because enemies will likely hug their creeps to dodge your usual W or EQ combo. As it nears mid-game, I get either Grail or Arm Guard and proceed to farm as usual, roaming when opportunity presents itself. Take note that if a fight breaks out or an enemy is seen within your own jungle, it is imperative that you rush over to assist. Jungler is your best friend, next to wards. Depending on how you did early/mid game, you will either have built a carry/burst with a Death Cap or a utility harass build with Liandry's. Your role in team fights is to stay back or catch a straying opponent with an EQ combo, then waiting for your team to engage, preferably waiting until the enemy has used their gap closers and AoE CCs on someone else, then running in with Q or W and E to apply Blaze on everyone, following it up with a Pyroclasm and decimating the enemy. It is most imperative that you position yourself correctly. Your early death can spell your team's demise. Alright guys, that was my guide for Brand mid lane, and I hope you liked this guide, and be sure to subscribe and like this video if you did. There will be more guides coming up every week, so make sure to check out our channel in the description below. Thanks again and have a great day.